Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and/or good night. This is Genshin Impact English lesson number 49. We are continuing Liyue Act 3, Part 6. Sorry for the quick cut, my DoorDash came. I'm having some lovely dumplings already. Yeah, after English lesson 48, we defeated the big boss after the Jade Chamber, and now we are here. So now let's see what's up. Liyue was saved. I am a hero. You are a hero. And then if you haven't realized, on the east here, there is another viewpoint. If you're looking for exploration points, that is one of them.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
Whenever anyone or anything isn't in the best state to receive gifts or other else, it is not the right appropriate time. This phrase is said in many scenarios. It's person B's birthday, but their grandma died. So person A wants to give a gift to person B, but in that situation, person C is in the middle for person B in that situation and says to person A, I know it's his birthday, but his grandma just died. Now isn't the best state for him to receive birthday gifts. Even a cake.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Yeah, we should see what's up. Yep, and then to the Northland Bank. Why am I climbing? It is right over there. Why was I climbing? I'm too lazy to glide, so I'm just gonna walk up these stairs. So I know that's very boring, but Jesus, I'm gonna use the stairs. I haven't pulled for any Natlan character yet, so once I have Chaska, everything's gonna change here. Everything's gonna change on this certain account here. Good evening too. Goodbye. Thanks, lady. No, don't. Ain't it? Ugh, I hate the auto climbing.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers. Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
Oh no, hot villainous lady.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name.
Ugh, the actress of Signiora's voice is so smooth and sexy, but oh my god, it's just gold. It's always gold.
Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Wouldn't, would not.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally.
Yeah, right, Mr.
Besides,
Worldwide.
I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end.
Tussle, noun, meaning a rough or vigorous physical fight, or an intense argument or disagreement. I don't know what child is saying there. I disagree. I don't think we had a tussle. It was a pretty big fight, to be honest. He wanted to freaking kill us. From the whale and then the other stuff, what we had was a brawl, because a brawl is longer and a more large-scale battle. A battle with such extreme effort that he has the intention of killing us. Especially that electric cage. Also, this line has some weight because he's a harbinger. Oh, it was a tussle for him, but it was a lot of effort for us. Because a tussle is kind of almost an effortlessly, but with effort, quick and short sword fight. Which still has some struggle with it. Usually those fights, just because when I do martial arts, they don't have the need to have the intent to kill. Some of it could, but they're very fast and efficient. And the fight ends pretty fast, despite being thrown into a wall or other various themes that are improvised in fight choreography.
Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Very old English. Let's read it again. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed onto thee. Because I acted in plays, this is a loose translation. That which you seek is now bestowed upon you, because he's giving something to Signora for power, and now it is hers. Though Genshin Impact may use this artistically, this phrase is often used in Shakespearean plays, because, you know, those are very old English plays, and very formal. We don't have to get into the meat or the more deep content with the uses of those old English words there, just because you're here for, you know, mostly the modern stuff. So we're not going to waste time with that.
How sanctimonious.
We went over this before. Sanctimonious, adjective, excessively or hypocritically pious. In the context of Signora's case, she's scoffing at Zhongli. Let's see why.
What? So you're the Lord of Chiao? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
It's a matter solely, meaning it is a matter exclusively between the Tsaritsa and Zhongli.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
I know.
Gathering all the forces that had been brewing behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti.
Dwelt, I have lived.
Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come.
This is pretty deep, but we need a little more context with this imagery.
Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
You might get a sense of the deeper meaning over here, but in a light way and a very deep way, what Zhongli is saying is that if I retire, will Liyue survive without me? And he's kind of second guessing himself here. What will be the worst thing ever if I retire?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart.
Relinquishing verb means to formally give up, surrender, or release possession or control of something. Example sentence: relinquishing old habits is very difficult. Sure, there's many uses of relinquishing, but he's really thinking about retiring from his role because Liyue doesn't really need him anymore, but he's second guessing himself because he's like, there's still a lot of threats out there. I need to still do my job.
Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer.
Aha, the whole thing in our journey in Liyue was a test. And in my dutiful opinion, they still need him. They still need him. He may as well invest in Nodcry's AI as he keeps aging.
So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
Feigned verb past tense is another way of saying fake, to fake his own death. Such as, in boxing when you do a feint front punch. To throw fakes or feints. It's the same thing. Looking at what you may be studying and or what environment you are around in, the most conversational in both formal or in informal cases is to feign interest in something. Feigned interest. Here's an example sentence. She listened with feigned interest, though she was actually bored.
Indeed I was. The gnosis which I had kept for so many years suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him to. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for.
In the end, the resolution to all that has come to light or to become known was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. This sentence would still make sense with the word occur. In the end, the resolution to all that has occurred. The main difference is that occur is more general and transpire is often used for a formal narrative case. Because in this case, he's being very formal, with two very high represented harbingers.
Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people.
Like being secluded from a group, apart from a group, seclusion noun means to be in a state of being apart from others. It's a pretty formal word. You're most likely going to hear this, such as in sentences if you're reading on hotels. The resort offers visitors total seclusion with private villas and no neighbors.
Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child.
Pretty good here. The only thing is that there's a dash there because it's a separate thought.
This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler.
Your dragon form wouldn't fit in this room.
All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
We went through subsequent before, and now we have supplant, verb, which means to take place of another person or thing, usually through force or intrigue or strategy or other means necessary, such as strength. In full, the Qixing seized the opportunity to take the place of by force of Liyue's divine protectors, and then we have the blah 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 sentence over there. Other simple things that don't directly mean supplant could mean replace, and in debates or arguments in a sentence, we could say, printed books will soon be supplanted by ebooks. And then, as you see here, as an example sentence, it's literally right in front of you for history, such as saying, someone seized power, supplanting the current power's protectors.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything.
No small part. He played a huge part in all of this. He almost killed us.
If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
One clever detail, she says, Liyue, right? I know I say Liyue a little inconsistently sometimes. Even if there are dashes there, it would still make sense with commas. Okay, I need to go on a rant here. Signora's English voice actress says the pronunciation of Liyue right, and that's a big deal. Especially in the voice acting industry in a video game based on soft Chinese mythology. English voice acting for a Chinese pronunciation is pretty dang hard, and unfortunately, she's not really credited. There's a reason why, but it is very unfortunate that the English voice actress of Signora can't get enough credit because it's very good. And you're gonna know this sooner or later, but yes, she's one of those Genshin Impact characters where whose voice has two anonymous and then the rest are known. Yes, it will bother you. But you should definitely know this early. It's not necessarily new for voice actors to stay anonymous for whatever reason or other reasons, but especially for something so talented like Signora, she opted to not take credit. There are some gaps of anonymous voice acting for Genshin Impact, but we don't have to get too detailed with that, especially on the later English lessons. As an example, if you started Genshin Impact during Fontaine, I'm going to skip paralogism completely, okay? Just to let you know.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Prescribed verb, in this case here, he is prohibited as the disturber of the peace. Proscribed has many nuances, such as to forbid someone, prohibit someone, condemn someone in action or their behavior or other organization, usually by authority. Great example sentences for formal speakers, such as example 1, the act was proscribed by law. Example 2, the school principal prescribed the use of cell phones in the classroom.
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
They're so hostile. Oh, and those hips.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Let's see here. There's some things.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Fair trade, good trade, a good deal.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Yeah, so one thing here, bargaining chips. So, you have to see it through a sentence first, I believe. Workers use the threat of a strike as a bargaining chip to secure higher wages. Do this or else pay us more. Bargaining chip is a negotiation phrase, so you can try to have the advantage of something or someone else. Perfect. And in the next part, we're going to the rite of parting. So that's our English lesson for today. I'll see you on the next one, and thanks for watching. We'll continue to Liyue, Act 3, Part 7, English Lesson 50. Bye. Au revoir. 再见.
Yawning without covering your mouth. Uncouth.